In the belly of the South Bronx. Mike Militant. BX Invasion. Before we linked up, contracts got inked up. BX Invasion, we're about them bucks. Ever seen a man at the end of their rope, selling his soul, feeling no hope, losing control, you don't know? Too much shifting, steady switching. New fam, all my life they be acting different. So when they talk, all I do is listen and get my undivided attention. Yeah, Mike Millie.
I used to be an animal. I used to be an animal.
Yes, you're now tuned in to Silverback Gorilla News with your host, C. Gutter from the Bronx. Yes, sirree. But back to what I was talking about, pretty much in a nutshell, I just stay away from too much of the entertainment of the streets and what's going on around me, because, you know, a lot of these individuals that run the streets now, they're not on that right time. And it's like, I just be praying for them, because, you know, I may not do it, but somebody down the line is gonna test the temperature, you know what I'm saying? Stick their toe in the water, see the temperature and see what's going on. And a lot of times the temperature don't be right. The temperature be cold because it ain't about that right, you know? So I try to make sure that as an artist, I keep myself disciplined. But back to my story at hand, in 2015, I linked up with a few other artists from different states, and we linked up and we started a independent platform where we was going to go on an independent tour, hit all the jumping spots. You know what I'm saying? We had our music with us. We went through a company that professionally did our music CDs, and we hit the streets. And this was in 2015. And some places we were at, people was like, oh, CDs ain't what's up anymore. And I'm like, that's the same thing they said about vinyl. Shut up. Hurry up and buy. That's how I was with my marketing strategy. Hurry up and buy. I run up on the hood. I was in hoods, like from California to Las Vegas. Like, I could tell you lots of stories and experiences I experienced moving around with my team, riding up. Like, we didn't fly or none of that. Took no trains. We drove state to state. We hit almost 40 states in the United States, and we came up on some change. It wasn't much, but we came up on some change to the point where people started recognizing our platform and recognized what we was doing. Even some places we were at, we came 2-3 times back through on the way back to New York, and man, great experience. I got to meet real down to earth people, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm gonna remember about this, the memories and the bonds and the energy I received. Like, I used to be in the trenches. Like, people talk about the trenches, but my trenches experience was different because I was on that time in the trenches, but I was out there with my team by myself. You know, I wasn't out there fronting and playing the game. Like, yeah, I'm from New York, and I knew when I go to other people's house, I have to step on the rug and wipe my feet. You know, and that's what I expect from other people coming from other places. When you come out here, respect the town. You don't got to check in or none of that, man. If I see you, I see you. But it ain't about no checking in and, you know, all this new stuff that's going on these days in this music game is felonious and it's a facade. And what I mean by that is dudes portray an image. They act hard. They act tough. So they hire dudes that are about that life. But if you care about these dudes, you wouldn't put them in positions for y'all to get ran down on. And these dudes that you got around you are on point. Like nobody should ever run down on you and sneak a punch in through your crew or your security or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, but don't get me to talking about it. I just want to make my audience aware that a lot of things is going on out here in this world. This industry is like real important things to worry about. My main concern when I was doing my thing, we ran across a few situations where people thought we was just ignorant hood dudes and hood females, and we didn't know how to sit down and negotiate situations. And then when we showed that we was experienced, seasoned artists, everybody started acting funny. I had a dude down in California when I was out there pumping, and he tried to run down on me like, oh, I'm from Chicago and this, that, and the third, and hip hop and the black man is God, and I'm looking at this Oriental dude like, oh, you're throwing smoke up my ass, but I let him have it because I'm experienced. I know how to deal with people. I don't gotta chase them away or beat them up or try to rob them. I'm a millionaire in spirit. You may be a millionaire in real life, but that's two different levels. Yours is worldly, mine's is spiritual. Mine comes from the power. So this dude used to sell his dreams. He tried to get us in a situation where he wanted to invest some money in us, but my team and I decided that wasn't a good look, because it started getting to a situation where he was like, at first he was calling us, checking up on us, inviting us places, this, that, and the third. And, California is a different type of beast. If you ain't never been there, I've been there a few times. I was in the Dino for a little minute, and then I hit Los Angeles, East LA. You know what I'm saying? I went through all the hoods, South Central, Compton, you know what I'm saying? All that. Crenshaw Mafia, Inglewood. I was out there. You know what I mean? Every day for months we would move around, be all over California. And, it was a different experience, but I got love out in California, and that's why I say California, like Pac said, California love, but it's a different beast to me. And it was like, when dudes used to have a conversation with me or pull up on me and ask me, yo, where you from and all this, and I tell them, they was like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you moving, the way you moving. And I wasn't in Hollywood. I went through there a few times. As a matter of fact, let me tell you this. There were 4 dudes, I believe, or maybe even 3. I could be wrong, but one night it was a rapper from the Bronx. He was performing, old school rapper, like one of the old school legend rappers. And he was performing at this spot, so I heard he was out there. I was like, oh, that's a good opportunity to go out there and make some money, sell my CDs, you know what I'm saying, get the network, because that's one thing I like to do. I like to network with people. I like to learn what people know and what they do. So when that happened, at the end of the day, it was like, I seen these 3 artists from the Bronx. You know what I mean? Well-known artists too, at that, mind you. But the energy was so funny style. It was like arrogance. Dude, like, yo, I am hip hop. And I felt kind of disrespected because I gave them CDs and, off the strength. And they took it and they ran with it. But none of them said, yo, man, this dude from the hood. They didn't even stop to kick it with me or none of that. They was rushing to get inside the club. They got in the club. I don't got no animosity, but at the end of the day, I'm G'd up too, from the feet up. And I'm like, yo, these dudes is fake. And one of the dudes that was there, I was surprised he was the way he was moving. I had a different type of respect for him, you know what I'm saying? But when I met him, the energy wasn't matching. And it was like, man, they was out there stunting, had little bras with them and stuff. And it was like, okay. I thought they was going to respect the gangster and be like, yo, what's your name, brother? Like, being that I brought records from you guys for years, and now I'm in front of you guys, and it's like shots fired, duck. And it wasn't no beef or nothing, but it was just the energy, man, coming from the Bronx. If I see a dude out in the Bronx, from the Bronx out in the town, I salute him. We cousins, bro. What's up? That's just how I do. But I don't want to ever get to the point where I'm at a level where I don't respect my brothers, man. I don't respect my queens, and I don't respect these youngsters. That's why I never talk bad about the youngsters, because I understand I was one of them youngsters, and I was one of them youngsters that was about that for real. Like when these OGs try to run down on me on some fake tough guy, water balloon running up on me like you're getting deflated, G. So I understand. That's why I respect everybody. I don't sleep on the OGs, and I damn sure don't sleep on these young dudes. But, you know, this is my little venting situation. I like to vent, but eventually I'm going to put this content together and share it with the world. And I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like everything is noted. Everything was put down on paper. So when I bring these stories to you, I'm going to bring them more a little organized and more structured to the point where I could paint the picture without you seeing the visual. I'm going to let you, the audience, create the visual in your head as I'm telling you this. But for the most part, I want to thank y'all. Make sure y'all share, subscribe, comment, as well as hit that notification. Like I said, I'm going to be throwing some songs up. I got a couple of things in my catalog I'm going to present to the world. I just want y'all to share your comments, whether good or bad, because even when they're hating in the hood, we need that. But with that being said, peace and love. Silverback Guerrilla News. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We out here. Peace.
In the belly of the South Bronx. Mike Militant. BX Invasion. Before we linked up, contracts got inked up. BX Invasion, we're about them bucks. I seen a man at the end of their rope, selling his soul, feeling no hope, losing control, you don't know. Too much shifting, steady switching. New fam, all my life they reacting different. So when they talk, all I do is listen and get my undivided attention. Yeah, Mike Millie.
I used to be an animal. I used to be an animal.